Hello everyone, I am Amod and welcome to my YouTube channel. In the last video tutorial, I have introduced a new API client called Bruno. And in this video tutorial, we will learn installation of Bruno or using Bruno without installation on Windows machine. And also we'll hit our first Git API in Bruno and I will cover what problem I faced. So to use the Bruno API client, let's navigate to its official website, which is usebruno.com. On the homepage of Bruno, we have download button. Click on it, then you will be navigated to this page where based on your operating system, it gives you options to install Bruno. Like I'm using Windows, so it is giving me the ways like we can use binaries or I can use some command line tool as well, like Chocolatey, etc. But I will be more interested in binaries. Under the binaries, we see two options, Windows 64 and Windows 64 Portable. What is this Windows 64 Portable? This we can understand that this is the installation file which will run on 64-bit machine. And what is this actually portable here? So here this portable means we can use this application without installing any executable file. That means if you download the first one, it will give me one exe file, and that exe file I need to execute on Windows so that application will be installed and I can use Bruno. But with this binary, we don't need to do any installation, and also it will not modify any system files or Windows registry because there is no installation involved. So let me quickly download this portable version first, and let me open this. So you can see we have a zip file here. Let me unzip it. So this is the unzipped version, and within this folder I have one application Bruno. Let's double click on it. So you can see Bruno window is open and we can start using it. So when we downloaded the portable binaries, I don't need to install it. That is the advantage of portable version. This is really helpful if it is not allowed to install any software on your work machine. Or if you want to use different versions of Bruno, then also you can use the portable version. Let me close it as of now, and I'll go here again, and this time I'm going to download Windows 64. Click on download, and here you can see it has given you a .exe file which is executable file for Windows. Go to folder and you need to double click on it so that it will start installation, and you can see it is installing Bruno, and Bruno application is ready to be used. So now you understand what is the difference between normal 64 installer and portable installer. Now let's hit our first API. So I'm going to use my favorite dummy API called Lashful Booker. Come here under the API doc. I have one simple API get booking. So when you hit this endpoint, which is a get endpoint, then we'll get response like this. So let's go to Bruno, and here first we need to create a collection. Collection will be a group of APIs. You can understand collection is a folder in which we will create request. So click on this create collection. Let me give the name like RESTful Booker, and we need to give the location. So let me store it under documents. You can give any location and any name. Let me select it. Click on create. So my collection is ready. And now if we expand it, we will not see anything because we don't have any request in this collection. So you need to click on this three dots and select new request. So you can use HTTP, GraphQL, or also you can import using curl. So I have URL, so I will paste it here, and it is a get call. And then in the request name, maybe I can give get booking and click on create. Then it is asking you some question like which sandbox you want to use. That means when we'll create the script, that will be JavaScript code. So where you want to run that JavaScript code. If you use the safe mode, then it will be executed in the secure sandbox and it will not access your file system or execute system commands. But if you use the developer mode, then this JavaScript code has access to the file system, can execute system commands and access sensitive information. So as of now, let's select safe mode because anyway I am not going to write any JavaScript code. So let's click on save. So this UI is very much similar to Postman. So if you have working experience on Postman, then it will be really easy to use Bruno. Now basic setup is done and let me hit this arrow which is a send button. So in the response I can see it is giving me 418 and the response I am a teapot. But I was expecting some booking response, right? Not this response. Let me try to send it again, but still I am getting the same response and status code. Now let me try the same API in Postman. So I will launch Postman and I will simply paste the URL here and it is a get call. Let me hit send button. And now in Postman we can see the response properly or as expected with the proper status code. But the same API is not working in Bruno. I thought why even it is happening. I was very much excited to use Bruno, but I was stuck with the first API itself. So first of all, this 418 is a valid status code, but this is non-standard and humorous status code. So there is one humorous protocol called hypertext coffee pot control protocol. And if you try to search for the response which we are getting, you can see here any attempt to brew coffee with a teapot should result in the error code 418 I am a teapot. That means a teapot cannot be used to brew coffee. And here in Bruno, it is giving this response because we are not passing the information which this API is looking for. And since this API is a dummy API, so they have configured or created this API in such a way like if you don't get everything, give this response. This is not coming from Bruno, but we are not passing everything in this API. So let's see what is happening. In the Postman, if you see this request headers, so you can see Postman is automatically adding some headers like host, user agent, accept encoding, connection, etc. But in the Bruno, we don't have any default headers. Because of that, it is giving actually error. Even if you see the API documentation of RESTful Booker, it is saying that you need to pass this accept header and you need to pass this default value application slash JSON. So in case of Postman, it is coming by default. We are not explicitly passing it, but Postman is passing it. But in Bruno, it's not happening. So here we need to add the header accept and value is application slash JSON. Now hit the arrow button and it's giving not found. Did we try with some different booking ID like 10? Hit the enter and for this booking ID 10 we are getting the proper response. So I was expecting that Bruno should be automatically adding some default headers with the request, but it is not doing. But that's fine. We need to edit manually. So that's all in this video. So if you have any doubt, please comment on this video. And if you really like my videos, please like, comment, subscribe, and share with others. Thank you, everyone.